Does anyone want to read this week?
I can read.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Melissa.
Sure. Okay, number 1. Consider 5 individuals with different occupations. In a barter system, which of the following pairs has a double coincidence of wants?
I put D on that one.
I have D. That's David.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. They just mean a person that wants the same thing, right?
So they double barter means they can both help each other. So like Alan can help Eric and Eric can help Alan, but none of them match
Okay.
what the
Okay.
other one wants.
Awesome, thanks. Okay, the existence of money is, I got B.
I have B.
B.
P as well.
Okay. 3, which of the following is the store of value? I got A.
Cash
I
in
have
stock.
A.
Okay. Number 4, which list ranks assets from most to least liquid? And I got B.
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 Okay. Number 5, when colonists in Virginia used tobacco as money, their money, I got A.
A.
Okay.
A as well.
Okay. 6, which of the following is not included in M1? And I got C.
Savings.
Let's see.
Savings deposit.
C as well.
All right. 7, savings deposits are included in, and I got B.
M2.
B.
Economists call an institution designed to oversee the banking system and regulate the quantity of money in the economy. I got A.
I have A.
A.
A as well.
9, all Fed purchases and sales of, I got B.
I have B.
P as in boy.
B as well.
10, on a bank's P account, which are part of the bank's assets? And I got C.
C.
I have C.
Yeah. I got C as well. Reserves but not deposits.
Okay. 11, a bank has $8,000 in deposits and $6,000 in loans. It has loaned out all it can given the reserve requirements. It follows that the reserve requirement is, and I got C.
I have C.
25%, yep.
How do you guys get this one? I saw a little formula that you multiply like the rate by the reserve and stuff like that, but how do you guys get it?
So I took 8,000 times 25%, and I got 2,000. So that has to be the reserve, and that leaves 6,000 for loans. That's how I
Yeah.
did.
That's how I did it too.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, 12. If the reserve ratio is 5%, then $500 of additional reserves can create up to, and I got B.
B as in boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got B.
10,000.
Same.
Okay. Number 13. If the reserve ratio is 8%, then a decrease in reserve of $6,000 can cause the money supply to fall by as much as, and I got B. 75.
Me too. 75.
35,000.
Are you good on that, Jose?
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
So 14. In Yugoland, the money supply is $8 million and reserves are $1 million. Assuming that people hold only deposits and no currency, and that banks hold no excess reserves, then the reserve requirement is, and I got B, 12.5%.
Yes, me too.
12.5.
Good, everyone? Okay.
Yep.
15. The federal funds rate is the interest rate that, and I got A, banks charge one another for loans.
Me too, A.
Same.
Okay.
Yep.
16. Which of the following can banks use to borrow from the Federal Reserve? And I got A, the discount window or the term auction facility.
Me
A
too.
as well.
Okay.
Yep, we're good.
17, when the Fed conducts open market purchases, I got A, it buys treasury securities, which increase the money supply.
Same.
Same.
Yep, I got the same.
Okay, scenario 29.2 or -2, whatever. So I don't need to read all that, right?
No.
Right.
No.
Okay, so 18, suppose the Bank of Tazi, I don't know how you say it, loan the banks of Tazi 10 million Tazes. Suppose also that both the reserve requirement and the percentage of deposits held as excess reserves stayed the same. By how much would the money supply change?
I have
I
B.
didn't get this far. I ran out of time, so I don't know.
How do you
I
guys
have-
get this one?
Let me see how I did this. I did this like Sunday. um. Okay. I'm gonna try to pull my notes.
Thank you.
Nobody else did that one?
No.
I just, because only you have the information of 10 million and everything else stays the same, but I just couldn't do it.
Hunter, what did you do that?
No, I did it while I was at work, so I only got to like 15 on this one.
So I'm guessing we have to do a T account, right? To make sure that we have everything the way it should be. Right? I mean, that was
Yes.
my assumption.
Yes. Except maybe because I'm doing this, my internet's not working.
Okay, so if we did a T account, reserves are under the assets. I don't know if we have to go through all that, but so reserves is 75 mil. Loans are, we're not sure because I don't think it says, does it?
It just says that stays the same, and it lent 10 million to the Tassie the Tassie Bank.
Okay. Well, we know if they have 75,000 in reserve, then they have 220 to loan out. Right? I don't know. So deposits. Deposits in there? Okay, so they have 7,500 million in deposits.
How you get the 75 million?
It says, well, it says it has issued 75 million in deposits.
7,005 million.
7,500 million.
Oh, okay, I see from the top, like the top
Yeah.
information, you use that, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see.
So
Are bonds considered what are they considered? Are they considered loans?
No, I don't think so.
Treasury bonds. Okay. Okay, it says that it not only makes loans and holds reserves, it also buys financial securities such as stocks and bonds. So that would go on the asset side as 225 mil, right?
Yeah.
So $25 million reserves, 225 million treasury bonds, and then loans.
It's 10 million.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
We can come back to this one. I mean,
Okay.
Can you guys see me at all? Am I frozen? Because my computer is frozen. I can't even open the Google Hangouts thing anymore.
Oh,
You're not
Right.
frozen.
you? Yeah.
But I can hear you guys.
I can see you just fine and hear you
Yeah.
just fine.
Oh my gosh. I'm kind of worried now that this is not going to record because it's frozen and I'm afraid to touch anything, but it won't open.
It still says live, so
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know either. I think I'm just going to wait and see if it comes back. I think if I shut it off, like once we're done, I think it's still going to save the video.
Should probably.
Because it's going to it's going to make it public on my page thingy.
Okay.
All right. Well,
okay.
So should we move to 19 and then come back to the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 and 20, and then we come back.
Okay. 19. During a bank run, depositors decide to hold more currency relative to deposits, and banks decide to hold more excess reserves relative to deposits. I don't know because I didn't get that far.
I had B.
I put B.
I have B.
I think it's B as well.
Okay. Cool. All right. And 20. The Fed's control of the money supply is not precise because
I have D on this
D.
one.
D.
I have
D.
D like
D as in
dog.
dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
The amount of money in the economy depends in part on the behavior of creditors and dealers. That puts us back to 18. But you know, the Fed doesn't know where all the U.S. currency is located, too. They said that in the book. Do you remember that part? For number 20?
What about it?
Well, so it says that the Fed controls, or the Fed's control of the money supply is not precise because the Fed does not know where all the U.S. currency is located. Didn't it say in part of that? It said exactly that. Like it's not a precise calculation because they don't know where it all is all the time. Sometimes it's abroad. People, keep cash in their pocket, stuff like that, because they don't want to put it in banks and things.
I think D is more true than C. It's like C could be true.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I remember reading something about D.
Yeah, I read D. Because
Yeah.
I wondered about C too, but I found D, so.
Okay, cool. So back to 29 to number 18. Are we making it harder than it has to be? Suppose the Bank of Tazai loaned the bank 10 million. Suppose also that both the reserve requirement and the percentage of deposits held as excess reserve stay the same. By how much would the money supply change? Loan the bank 10,000. Well, if they have to keep in reserve, I guess we have to figure out what the percentage of reserve is. If they're required to keep 75 mil of 300,000, right? Or, 300 million. What's that percentage?
So, why is this not working?
Reserve requirement percentage. So the percentage deposit is doesn't says here, right? We got to figure out.
Yeah, figure out what the percentage, what 75 million, what percentage 75 million is over 3,000 or 300, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Was that
I can
25%? That's 25%, right?
I can figure that out.
Yeah, it's 25%. So if they are loaning out 10 million, then we need to times it by, right? Because they'll have that much excess to loan out to other people. 10 million, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it's A. Because if you take 10 million times 25, because it's 25 times, right?
Yeah.
Then that would be 250 million
I'm
that
good
they would
with that.
have to move around how they want to, or loan out to other people, or do whatever they want with.
I'm good with that.
But then, well, yeah, right?
I'm a little confused because don't both sides have to like balance out?
Yeah.
The assets and liabilities have to equal each other. Is that right?
Yeah.
And in this case, they don't. I don't know.
I don't think we put everything in there either, did we? And don't those reserves have to keep, or those? Well, that, yeah. I think we're trying to get too hard.
Or probably we can think it through and just do it with more time and just message about it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm still
You guys good with that?
trying to
Yeah.
figure it out
Okay.
because I get 225,000. but I'm not sure if I'm doing the right process. What I'm doing it's getting 75,000 times it by 300 and divided by 100, so that way I get 225,000. But I'm not sure if it's the right process.
Are you looking at the 10? Because we're just supposed to look at the 10 million extra that they're loaning out.
Oh, okay, so it will be 10 million instead of
Right. Yeah. 'Cause
3 million, right? 300 million.
yeah. 'Cause it says that they're loaning out 10 million and they want to know how that affects.
Okay.
How that affects the money supply. Not the 300,000, just that 10 million.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the other ones. I think they're just giving us way too much information, that we don't really need. I mean, that's my assumption. But
Probably. How do you guys did on the exam?
I see.
Yeah, same.
I was happy. I was whatever. As long as
Yeah.
I passed, that was good.
Yeah, I did a little better than the first test, but not by a lot. I'm like hanging in this class. Definitely not an A.
You got
Me
a B,
too.
I guess.
That's great. A lot of the answers were so confusing because both like I had two that could be right answers,
Mm-hmm.
and they were so like close by probably a word or two,
Yeah.
and it's what I fail a lot. But it doesn't tell you where you get wrong, right? What questions you get wrong? Because I
No.
tried to look,
No.
and I couldn't find it. I was like, I want to know where I get wrong so I can improve those, but couldn't find anything. Well, I guess we keep in touch for number 18.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
If someone like finds a process, can probably record it if they want and send it. And if I find it, I do the same thing, probably record it and then send it.
Sounds good.
Sounds
Okay,
Awesome.
thank you.
Bye.
Thanks. See you later.
Hi guys.
Okay,
I'm gonna try to figure this out.
bye bye.
Sounds good.